Okay, so this is a rebuttal video on tuning stability of the Fender tremolo, and the video was, there's actually two videos out there. There's one by a guy who Frutua, I believe is how he pronounces his name, that he sets his up so that if you dive bomb it, and as long as you do the dive bomb last, it'll return to tuning stability. And the second video showed that if you do that when you do a string bend, it will then pull it out of tune again, so that when you're actually playing the guitar, you don't get the stability. It works for dive bomb, but it doesn't work for your bends. And what I've found is that if I tune it so that when I do a pull up, and I float my tremolo a bit, I float it enough so that I get a full step on the low E, up, low E. So if I do a pull up at the end, then I get tuning stability both when I'm bending and after using the tremolo. Now this guitar is it's a Warmoth, and it's a newer style guitar. It's got an American Deluxe tremolo, the 2-post tremolo. It's also got an LSR roller nut, and it's got locking tuners on it. And I use graphite on both my nut and on my saddles. And like I said, I float the deck slightly. So I'll just do a demo here. So we've got a G chord that's in tune right now, and we can do a dive bomb. We can dive bomb it all over the place. Do a pull up. There we are. We're perfectly in tune. Now we can also do string bends, and I'll do a string bend on every string. And I'll even do a 2.5 tone bend on the G string. And there's our G chord, still in tune. That's after bending every string at least a tone. And if it gets slightly out of tune, all I got to do is do a pull up, and it pulls it right back in. Very few times do I even have to do that. Now, if I do just do a dive bomb and I don't do the pull up, then I might have some slight tuning off. So you can hear it slightly off. Pull up, and it comes right back in tune. So that's the newer style, American Deluxe style, with the 2-point tremolo, roller nut, and locking tuners. I've also got here a vintage style tremolo, 6 screw vintage style tremolo with a standard nut. It does still have locking tuners, however, but it is a standard nut. This guitar is tuned to D. This is my drop tune guitar, so it's going to sound a little off because it's down a whole step. But again, I use graphite on the nut, and I use graphite on the saddles. Now in this case, I do have, if I dive bomb and I leave it dive bomb, then I do have some tuning instability. And if I do a huge bend, then I'll have some tuning instability. But as long as I keep it down to about a step, then I don't have a problem. So we'll do a pull up. We got to unmute here. So here's a G, but which is actually an F, because it's down a step. So here's my F, and we can dive bomb. And it's off. So I do a pull up. There we go, right back in tune. Now we can do some bends here. G again. Really close to in tune. A little bit out of tune, but really close. Do a pull up. It's right back in tune. So, and now if I do a big bend, then I'm going to be out of tune. Quick pull up, and I'm right back into tune. So what I always do is if I have any tuning stability issues, or if I want to do a big dive bomb, I mute the strings, give it a quick tug it right to the base, right to the body, let it back down, and I'm right back in. So you can have pretty good tuning stability even with the 6-point or the 2-point. I find the 2-point with the rolling nut, with the roller nut, with the LSR roller nut, has better tuning stability than a standard nut and the 6-screw. But it's really not bad here either. So you can have tuning stability with the Fender tremolo. Thanks.